Hello everybody on YouTube. I'm the HappyCabbie. I want to tell you a story. This happened when I was about 6 years old. My parents sat down, me and my brother, at the same time. My brother was 7, I was 6. My parents sat us down, and my dad and my mom were there. And they told me that, this was right around December, they told me that Santa Claus was not real. They also told me things like the Easter Bunny is not real and stuff like that, but of course this is around Christmas time. And so, of course, naturally I asked, well, we always get a present from Santa, and they said, well, we just bought that stuff from the store. Of course, at Christmas time we would usually get a present from Mom and Dad. My maternal grandparents, of course, died before I was born. My paternal grandparents would each send us a gift, and that would usually be about it. You're probably looking at maybe 5 or 6 presents under the tree for each of us, which is actually pretty good. Then, of course, there would also be that, one present from Santa, and it actually turned out that that was just a present that my mom and dad bought together. Wasn't too shocked by this, I mean, it did kind of make sense. One person delivering gifts to everybody all around the world, so it made sense. It made more logical sense. Even to a 6-year-old, it made more sense. It was like, okay, well, Santa Claus is not real. That's probably the reasons why Santa looks different from one mall. We go to another mall, we got another Santa. It's basically just, something to entertain kids with. It wasn't until a couple years later that I began to ask, it's like, well, why did my parents tell me that Santa was real to begin with? I mean, why didn't they just say, it's like, oh, well, this is just a marketing gimmick, made, just to encourage people to buy more toys? Why didn't they just say, oh, it's just a symbolism? Or why didn't they just read me the story about, the person that Santa Claus is actually based on, old Saint Nick, who actually was a real person, and they just kind of embellished the story. But why did they even tell me that Santa Claus was real to begin with? And that just didn't make any sense. And now, we didn't really come from a religious household. We came from a non-religious household. We didn't really have an opinion on religion. A couple Christmases later, my grandparents actually sent me a children's Bible, which was basically just telling the story of Genesis, like the flood and stuff like that. And so I asked, my mom was like, hey, who wrote the Bible? And my mom, ignorantly said, well, Jesus wrote the Bible. Of course, it actually, the claim is that, up to 40 different authors wrote the Bible and stuff like that, but my mom didn't know any better. But it wasn't until later, especially now into my adult life, that I really began to question things. And, for example, if Santa Claus is not real, then what else is real? I mean, is the Bible real? It doesn't make any sense. So that's probably one of the main reasons why I don't believe in God anymore, because I just don't know what I can believe. I'm the HappyCabbie, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on this.